Hi everyone. Welcome to the editorial reading comprehension by me, Abhilasha. I'll be taking you through this very interesting passage that I have created for you specially, and we will discuss questions based on that. I hope this session is going to be very, very helpful to you. Okay. If at any point of time you feel you need to ask me anything, you can put it in the chat box, comment, and then you're okay. All right. I hope you are able to see me and hear me. If I am audible and visible, please write in the chat box yes. Okay. Also, guys, if you're able to see me, then all you need to do is share the session with your friends and family in other Telegram or WhatsApp groups so that others can join. Please remember to hit the like button and also remember to subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, then chat will not be available to you. So do make sure that you're subscribing right away. Okay, so hit like, share, and subscribe, guys. All right, in today's session, of course, we are going to be taking up a very beautiful RC. I picked it up from The Economist, just today's news. Let's take a minute and read it. Here's your passage. Alzheimer's disease affects more than 30 million people worldwide, mostly the elderly. There is no cure. Between 1995 and 2021, around 42 billion was poured into more than 1,000 clinical trials. Yet, remember, the yet is saying now whatever is important is, yet only a handful of drugs has made it to the market. Even those mostly treat the symptoms of the disease rather than stop it. The leading explanation of Alzheimer's is the amyloid hypothesis, which suggests, okay, so here is a name. This is something that you must remember. It's going to be important. Which suggests that deposits of beta amyloid, a type of protein, accumulate between neurons and disrupt their function. But the theory remains controversial. All brains with Alzheimer's show beta amyloid plaque, yet not everyone with these plaques experience cognitive decline. So, are the plaques important, or are they the ones causing the Alzheimer's? We don't know. Whether amyloid buildup causes Alzheimer's or merely a symptom remains unresolved. In Doctored, Charles Piller, a science journalist, details how groupthink and dishonesty steered Alzheimer's research off course. So, this is a very interesting book that we're talking about, where this science journalist has detailed how this Alzheimer's research went astray. In 2006, a Nature paper by researchers at the University of Minnesota appeared to provide a major breakthrough. The study claimed that a subtype of beta amyloid caused memory impairments. It quickly became one of the most cited papers and inspired hundreds of millions of dollars in public research grants. Another influential paper, published in 2012 by scientists associated with Cassava Sciences, bolstered the amyloid theory by linking insulin resistance to amyloid plaque formation. The finding fueled a wave of research into the idea of Alzheimer's being a diabetes of the brain that could be managed with drugs. There was just one problem. Both studies were based on falsified data. My God, this is not a problem. This is such a huge issue. Imagine the data is fake. Doctored follows Mr. Pillar's investigation into the deception. Deception means cheating, right? Central to the theory is a group of image sleuths with a sharp eye for manipulated pixels of Western blots, a lab technique used to study proteins which were doctored in the studies. Imagine they faked it. Doctored means they faked the data. Some chapters read like a scientific whodunit. It's like a mystery. In one, Mr. Pillar has to work hard to earn the trust of a reluctant whistleblower. A whistleblower is someone who reveals a secret. In another, he travels to Prague for a private meeting with a group of image detectives with cryptic pseudonyms. So he goes to meet these people who have these strange fake names. Pseudonym is a fake name, right? Despite clear evidence of manipulated research results, journalists and regulators were slow to act. Mr. Pillar blames powerful backers of the amyloid hypothesis who ignored red flags. So they've ignored the danger signs. It was only in June 24, 2 years after allegations first surfaced, that the Nature paper was retracted. It was pulled back by its authors. Because our sciences, while denying wrongdoing, so they're still saying that it was not their fault. Stopped trials of its Alzheimer's drug Simufilam in November after it failed to show clinical benefit. So they'd stopped trials. These papers' consequences go beyond the lab. So the papers are very important. Huh? For patients and their family, experimental treatments often represent a final lifeline, the last thing that they go to. Encouraging people to pin their hopes on medicines that are ineffective or even unsafe is a betrayal. It's cheating. Fixation on a theory offering limited success in human trials may also have diverted resources from other more promising therapies. So you put money into a therapy which is not going to work, and you pulled out money from other theories. In since 2023, the FDA, America's drug regulator, has approved two new medicines that modestly slowed cognitive decline by attacking the amyloid plaques. They also come with dangerous side effects for some, which include brain swelling and bleeding. Mr. Pillar remains skeptical. He's still doubtful of these treatments. So will many of his readers after his gripping story of medical groupthink and warped incentives. So many of his readers are going to be skeptical, and the author is very sure about that. What a lovely passage this is. Let's look at the questions. So, what is the primary focus of Charles Pillar's book, Doctored? It is the impact of beta amyloid plaques on Alzheimer's? No. The investigation of manipulated research in Alzheimer's studies? Yes. The effectiveness of new drugs? No. The role of FDA? No, we were not talking of the role of FDA. So, the correct answer will be option number B. This Alzheimer's manipulated research, and what is its effect? Alright, so correct answer was B. What is the amyloid hypothesis? That Alzheimer's is caused by a subtype of insulin resistance. Beta amyloid plaque accumulates between neurons and disrupt their functions. Alzheimer's is caused by brain inflammation. No. Cognitive decline is unrelated to beta amyloid plaques. No. So the correct answer will be option number B, that beta amyloid plaques accumulate between neurons and disrupt their function. Now you could have very easily checked this up. It is given in the second paragraph. Uh, the amyloid hypothesis suggests that deposits of beta amyloid, a type of protein, accumulate between neurons and disrupt their function. So, very simple question. All right. So, the correct answer B. Which of the following was a major issue with the research supporting the amyloid hypothesis? So, what was the problem with the research? Lack of research funding? No, funding was not the problem. Data falsification in key studies? Yes. Inadequate clinical trials? The clinical trials, we don't know if they were adequate. Poor understanding of the cognitive decline? No. So, the correct answer here will be data falsification. It was a deception, na? The lab study used to study proteins were doctored in the studies. So therefore, correct answer B. All right, let's go to the next one. What technique was manipulated in the studies according to the investigation? Was it the PCR? Was it the CT scan, Western blot, or was it the genetic sequencing? It was the manipulated pixels of the Western blots, very clearly given in the fourth passage. So, therefore, answer will be C, not PCR analysis, not CT scans, and not genetic sequencing. Like I said, Western blot. How did the journals and regulators initially respond to the allegations of falsified data? Now, journals and regulators were slow to act. This is something that is very clearly mentioned, right? So they were slow to respond. They acted swiftly and decisively. No. They banned the researchers immediately. No. They retracted the papers. No. The correct answer was they were slow. They did not want to do anything. All right, let's look at the next one. What was the impact of the Nature paper by researchers from the University of Minnesota? It was immediately retracted. It had little impact on research funding. It inspired significant public research grants. It supported the inflammation theory of Alzheimer's. No, it was the correct answer will be C. That they took a lot of public research grants and everything, and that is why other actual, uh, you know, papers that could have done something did not go. See, I'll give you the answer also where it is mentioned very clearly. Let's mark this out. So it says, uh, it quickly became one of the most cited papers and inspired hundreds of millions of dollars in public research grant, right? So therefore, significant public research grant was inspired, and that's your correct answer. What term was used to describe the idea that Alzheimer's could be managed by like diabetes? It has said somewhere that diabetes was It was the diabetes of the brain, and that you could manage it, right? So it is there somewhere, and now I'm missing where it is. Yes, a diabetes of the brain that could be managed with drugs. So therefore, it was called the diabetes of the brain, and it's not a cognitive decline, not amyloid disorder, not insulin plaque theory. Guys, I hope you're able to understand. If at any point of time you want to, you should pause the video, view it properly, and then take a look at what my explanation is. What is one danger of experimental treatments for Alzheimer's mentioned in the passage? They are too expensive, they have not been tested, they may offer false hope and cause harm, they're universally rejected. Well, the problem is that they may offer false hope and cause harm, right? Because you're forcing people to pin their hopes on medicines that are ineffective or even unsafe. So that is that betrayal that is happening, right? So the correct answer here will be option number C. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next one. Which of the following is a risk associated with new Alzheimer's drugs approved since 2023? Now, these also have side effects, and the side effects could be brain swelling and bleeding, which again is mentioned here very clearly. So the answer has to be option number B, brain swelling and bleeding. Okay. All right, let's look at the last question from this set. Very beautiful. What was the outcome for Cassava Sciences Alzheimer's drug Simifilm? It was withdrawn, right? So it has very clearly said somewhere in the passage that they stopped after it failed to show clinical benefits. So therefore, B is the correct answer. It was successfully marketed, no. It was banned, no. It was combined with other treatments, no. So it was withdrawn after failing the clinical trials, and that's the correct answer. Okay, it failed to show clinical benefit, and therefore your correct answer. Cassava Sciences did not agree to wrongdoing, they denied it, but they still withdrew their drugs. So correct answer B. All right. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of this session. I hope it was helpful. Remember, we'll be doing one editorial RC every week, and I will cover different topics. Today, of course, it was just a very general session. I wanted to start you off on a reading comprehension. Next time onwards, we'll take up specific questions and we'll try and explore how questions are made and how you should be answering them. Okay. All right. That's it from me. Thank you so much. I hope this session was helpful. For feedback, you can drop a comment in the chat box. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.